Hunter and behavioral health. That's, I believe it's in Plymouth, New Jersey. I stayed there. I didn't stay. I was an outpatient, but I went there for a little bit over 2 weeks. Outpatient acute program for psychiatry. I had a sort of a mental breakdown. That's what it was in 2003. Yeah, I stayed over at Stanley Niemiec's house. My uncle from on my mother's side. Yeah, I stayed over his house for a lot over the 2 weeks. There's a whole story behind that. This video is about that. Let me see. West Flemington, New Jersey. Yeah, right there. Yep, that's. He would drop me off every morning here. He would go to work. For 4 hours, I believe I would be there, and I think he would come back and pick me up. Yeah, you know. It was groups. Yeah, it was just groups, and there was people in there that they I know them from in my life from the past. That probably didn't have any psychiatric issues. They just worked in the group. It was disturbing. After a while, I started putting things together. It was creepy. Uh, you know, and one of the counselors, she assaulted me actually because I don't know. I made fun of her. I told her she was stupid. She got lost. You know, like what is she doing? She got lost on the way to college. Now, a lot of counselors and psychiatry and therapy just they were clueless. They just didn't care. You trying to better yourself. You don't know what's going on in your mind, and they just they're empty inside. But yeah, here's where we still go for to have a smoke sometimes. Not always, but let me see. Whoop, that's not it. Right here, this spot right here. Some woman was there, and this guy Glenn, he used to hang out. Yeah, those. I don't think those pine trees were there, or they were smaller. But anyway, that's the Hunter Medical Center. Anyway, how I got there, I was working in Mount Olivet Cemetery. I mean, I just couldn't take it anymore. Before that, did I use drugs? I don't think so. You know, not. I don't know if it was due to the drug use. I did use cocaine at certain times over there. There's a place by like St. Patrick's and stuff. I think they just used to sell cocaine and stuff. And I don't think anybody cared. Catholics just didn't care about that. Really religious people, so they said, right? I think they are. But anyway, it wasn't just that. There was a lot of things that happened at the cemetery. There was something that there was this guy working there, and I don't know who was who at a certain point, but certain things got stolen. Another person knew where it was, and it was just devious and creepy. But I had like a breakdown, and Stanley came over at my house, and my mom said, don't you want to talk to your uncle? Don't you want to talk to him? Why would I want to talk to him for? He's a doctor, figure some stuff out. And then, he said, why don't you come over our house and we'll go to the hospital because, they're not going to take you inside. You're going to be fine, fine. And the whole time, actually, I was just paranoid about, like, a setup. I'm going to go to prison for something I didn't do. I was just paranoid for it. And the winter before that, I talked about that time travel stuff. Thought I was going to get stabbed, And I was just like, what the hell is going on? And I was just so stressed beyond belief, So we go to Niemiec's house, Stanley's, and Donna's over there, and she just cooked this nice little meal, and I'm in so much anxiety. I smoked like 2-3 packs of Newports, like on the way over there, or 4 even. I was just smoking one after the other, and just thoughts in my head, and I was trying to like come back. I was trying to make myself feel better, you know. And we were sitting outside on they have an upstairs deck, which I guess they have their little dinners. And she just got aggravated at me that I didn't want to eat. She got angry. Just like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, look, I can't eat. You don't understand. I can't even swallow anything. And she just got furious. Like, she didn't even want me there, And I get it. I don't want to be there either, at their house and that. I really didn't. And, so I don't know if I ate. I had a couple bites, but I can't even eat this. It looks good. I can't. And then a couple hours go by, and we're just sitting downstairs in his living room, and I smoke all my cigarettes, and I think actually that actually after we somewhat ate, and we went to the Huntington Medical Center, I think it was the emergency room, and filled out all these forms and this and that. They asked me this question, and they, I guess they signed me up for a group or something like that. And I don't know if they prescribed me meds, but we just never got the meds. And Stan was like, well, he's like, oh, we came for the meds, we didn't even get them and stuff. So I was like, yeah. Would they have helped right away? I didn't even know. And I was like, yeah, that's right. I didn't even get the meds to relax or something like that. But we go to his house, and we were sitting downstairs in the living room, and I just, there's a Wawa like a mile and a half away. So I was like, I'm just gonna, okay, I don't know if I have money. I mean, can I borrow some money? I'm gonna go buy myself a pack of cigarettes. I asked her, can you take me to what? So I said, I'm gonna walk. And Don just started furious. She got angry. She's like, cause they had their Marlboro Lights 100s, and he just got angry. I mean, like, I don't remember why. It was just so devious and shocking. It's like what in the fuck? Here I am having like a psychotic breakdown, and this lunatic is just giving it to me more. I mean, she's crazy and with anger. I never seen her that much that angry. It was about me going about the cigarettes. Years later, Lydia Lek, my aunt from Poland, instigated that. How somebody, did the same thing about horseradish or something, but she wouldn't get angry at him. It's ridiculous. Except he was a horseradish, maybe joking around, and I wasn't even like that. I was just like, I'll walk to the Wawa. Like, I'm not gonna get lost. I didn't have my car there because they said I probably couldn't drive. And, after a while, I thought if I had a car, I'd probably just leave. I'd probably leave. I wouldn't want to be there. But thoughts kept in and out. So that was the first night I was there. Yeah, it was just, it was disturbing what that was, Like people in jail, they probably go through the same thing. They get manipulated and they get hurt. It's just that I was free, and it was like it was horrible. I didn't know what was going on. I can't remember, what was going through my mind. I was just shocked. And it did weird me out. I think it was over. I don't know if it was over the weekend or the next day. I went to the groups or something like that because it was a while ago, And the whole groups, in the behavioral health, it was just ridiculous. They had some information, but like I said, things happened there, and I mean, it just it's mind-boggling, I really didn't want to be over their house, and I remember driving. I saw my mom just in tears, like in shock. I don't know, like she gets, she saw me like that. She started freaking out and stuff, but it was just nonsense and evil. A couple weeks later, I was about to finish the groups. My parents came over, and the whole thing was I was supposed to tell them I'm bipolar. I never did. I just said I have paranoia. I never told them that. I was diagnosed there bipolar 2 in that hospital. My parents came over. They didn't even look me in the face. We didn't even talk. It was just very weird. I felt like I was like. I couldn't even tell them, but just we didn't. My mom just looked at me and something. It was just very sad and depressing. I just didn't want to be there. There was this kid Glenn there. He was he had some a bone disease where like all his muscle just turned into bone and stuff, And me and him were hanging out. I had this whole history about because I used to stay at the Niemiec's house, in 97, 98, and I worked in Bridgewater Commons Mall, the movie theater, So I don't know if I knew Glenn. I saw Glenn, but I knew that kid that we used to hang out, that he used to hang out with. I don't want to say he was a redneck, but if rednecks have their own stereotype, he definitely was. Anyway, whole story behind that. But I was just I was just shocked that they were just treating me like that. And I don't remember what happened months prior to that. Just a whole year, just working at the cemetery was just an awful year. And the year before that, I just had enough. It was actually, before that, a couple months before that, I, kind of cut myself. It was an attempted suicide. I just couldn't take it anymore. I told my counselor and stuff that I was cut. I told my counselor, a therapist, I was going over in Clark, not too far from me. Jewish woman nonetheless, but she just treated it kind of mildly, like, oh, all right, you need some meds. She didn't talk about that. Another thing about that therapist, before the Huntington Medical Center, which I'm not saying it added to that, to me being like probably, but I told her about my ex-boss, Benjamin Kalura, at the Elvis Cemetery, where and a couple months prior, he grabbed me from behind and just threw me on the floor. And I hurt both of my knees. Like, they still hurt to this day. I think it's damaged my discs or something like that. Later I told her about that. And, I it was just creepy and crazy. I wanted to talk to someone about that. And then, as soon as I told her that, Benji over there, because I still worked there, he started acting very friendly to me. Just like, he wouldn't harass me at work or yell at me. And after a while, I started yelling at him. I started ridiculing him. I treated him like a little coward. But yeah, I had no mental capacity to understand some things I was saying. He was very, very criminal minded. So was Marchevsky, the I don't know, director of St. Albert's or something like that, because it was a Catholic cemetery. As soon as I told my therapist there in Clark, Kalura there started acting very, very friendly. Like, oh, hey, you do good, you do good. But what the he never said that to me. That's when I started putting it like, is that even legal that the therapist calls that guy? And what if I was gonna put charges on him for aggravated assault? Was that it? Yeah. He treated me nicely, and I forgot everything, and we're friends. It was very creepy and disgusting. One of the reasons why I don't go to therapists anymore. And if I do, I don't tell them that. I don't want them to, to say some things to other people and stuff. Honestly, I wasn't going to put charges on Benjamin there. I really wasn't. There's a lot of things that happened. There's a couple people involved, and he made it look like it was my fault. Because, it was, we were doing landscaping basically in the cemetery, right? This guy Frank, he used to work there, Irish guy. Made a video about him. Supposedly might have had a cousin of someone. Anyway, we had industrial lawnmowers. They're very heavy. They're pretty good. They have the handles right here, and basically it's just brakes and stuff, and you operate it. So Frank's idea was we had to take the lawnmower off the pickup truck, and it was three of us. Myself, this guy Victor, big tall Puerto Rican guy, and Frank. And Frank got in the truck. He said, I'm just gonna, jolt the truck. You get in the back with Victor and back in the lawnmower, and let it fall to the ground. I was like, what is that? Why don't you just get on the pickup truck and just lift it, and we'll try to lift it. It was heavy. Honestly, what we should have done, put it in neutral and got some skids or a ramp to let it come down. But I don't think, there was one available or something like that. And Ben was over there talking to somebody in the distance. And, he did that. Me and Victor were in the back. Except when it started sliding, it was just falling. I moved out, and Victor just got in the way, got fully in the back, and the lawnmower fell on him, and he broke his leg. And Benjamin over there, he just grabbed me from behind. And I guess it was, it was my fault. And, he just threw me to the ground. I was shocked. I don't know if, and then he just, I was mentally disturbed after that. I had a mental disturbance. I didn't know what was going on. And I came back to work there, and he just kept like, hey, you ever been in a fight? And one time I stood up to him, and he never said anything after that. But it's like, it wasn't my fault that happened to Victor. And if it was, because it was something that was going on, it was very eerie. I think it happened before, but you know what? That wasn't my idea to do that in the first place. And why did that guy, just, go, I mean, we're going to be violent, let's be violent with one another, I'd like to talk to Benji right now. I looked him up. He has 2 addresses. I'm not that violent person, but years later, I thought it was somebody else, but it was him. He was just doing moving job with me, something like that. Because he's the same line. He's like, I put something on my hand. I was like, oh, that's him using his head. So they just stalking, creeping, demonic shit. So are the Niemics, you know, relative hatred. But here it is, you know, I mean, you know, it's like, again, I was gonna make this video about Stan and Donna, right, and how they treated me when, you know, I had a supposed bipolar psychotic breakdown or something, and I mean, I could just go on and on the people in my life. You know, I can't just focus on these individuals because there were so many of these demons and heathens and inhumane people in my life that I just can't comprehend. And if I wrote a book, it'd be like a freaking series of just evil and creepiness haunting me, stalking me. You know. Honestly, I want to look up also the song "Breath" by Breaking Benjamin originated from. Yeah, because yeah, it was. I know I was writing around that time, or just thinking, having thoughts in my head about putting the verses together. But you know, I could go on and on. Here, I was asking about Adam Niemiec, my cousin. These are text messages that I exchanged with Stan. You know, Wednesday, November 10th of 2021. Yeah, I was in Brooklyn in my car and stuff, and I just started, you know, just going off on him. You know, and I mean, to the text, he's just a coward. And I called him a moron, a deadbeat. And then he said, you know, yeah, you wanna look when a moron's looking in the mirror. I was like, really, Stan? That's what you're gonna say? Let me see. It was super insane. I looked in my rearview mirror, gave him a middle finger, and I sent him that picture. Um, how's the depression and your so-called anger issues going? Or were you all lying, dipshit? Yeah, I should. I always wanted to call him a dipshit. It's okay now. It's time for you to start taking pills because you really need them. Yeah, he kept saying that over and over in text to go see my doctor and take my meds. Yeah, because I'm angry at him, right? I don't like him, right? Yeah, because I'm honest and I see him for what it is. So I changed this, you know, Stashu Pepinichka Kibelek. Stan ashtray toilet. Because when he would come over our house, and I caught him a couple of times, he would play cards with my parents, but he was the only one allowed, and his wife was allowed to smoke cigarettes, but he would smoke cigarette after cigarette sometimes. He'd go in the bathroom, and would just throw the cigarette in the toilet. I mean, one time I came in, there was like, you know, 5, 6 of them, and the whole toilet was just getting like yellowish and brownish, you know. After like, you know, hour, 2 hours, it's disgusting. You know, I gotta clean that. It's gross. Why you have an ashtray on the table? And you know, I told him once, I was like, hey, put that over there. Ash that on you know, a cigarette on the table. Don't bring it in the toilet. Said, oh, okay. And he got very like creepy and cowardly. You know, grown man. You know, I saw that. I was just like, you know, I looked at my parents like, what is that? Why do you let him do that? Then somebody told me, oh, he does that now. I don't care. That's his house. I know. He can do that in his house. Don't do it here. And here I am asking about Adash over there, and he just starts saying, Adam doesn't live here anymore. Like I recorded him in a phone conversation or something like that. It's just, you know, I didn't say he lived there. I was like, what's going on? Why is he answering his phone call, his text? You are right. You are not right. You need medical help to get your mind straight. Now, see, the spelling is actually accurate. I'm pretty sure somebody else wrote that for him. You know. Yeah, this is. I remember other things that he was just like mistyping stuff, or maybe in Polish. There's him. I mean, there's me in Starbucks. I recorded a video for him. Not angry. What happened to your face? Oh, that picture I sent him about, you know, with the, you know, Roy Police Department. Yeah, he was very curious. You need to see a psychiatrist and take medication. Yeah, some of those cops I met need to see a psychiatrist, or, you know, just be with a psychiatrist 24/7 if they would want to. Why are you asking me where's my car, this and that? This was a 15-minute as I recorded it, but this went on for weeks, you know, a month. Me and him exchanging text messages, so you know. And I try to tell people, I put it in the description. Stop every 3 seconds or so. Stop the video and you can read it if you want to. You know, that's the real stand right there. You know, just Cowardly like you wouldn't believe. Very angry like, but very cowardly. I think you are. I repeated this same conversation and not sure and with who, but I remember you sitting in your parents' living room as I was going to apologize to you and your face glowing with joy. That's another thing. The thing that happened, I talked about in the Traveler and I video in 2000, March or April, he just, I was talking to somebody about that, and I felt bad about the situation. He just came over our house, and, he expected me to apologize to him, He just sat there looking like, in a place he never sits, right by the door, the exit from my attic room. He just sat there just to, like, get a real look at me when I come out. Just like the level of indecency, arrogance, and I can't even understand that. It creeped me out, and it was just so obvious, so obvious. Made a video with I call it Scully about that. It creeped some people out. Hey Stan, no, it wasn't like that. It's gotta be nighttime, and I gotta get into it. I thought it was cute. I actually like that. You're 100% right. I guess he's not illiterate as I thought. And here just, me recording a video. Stasiu Kibelek Popierniczka. Stan Niemiec. The state of non-heaven. If you you do the wordplay. See, I gotta explain it. Because my parents didn't understand it. They thought I was an idiot. Yeah. Well, here he is telling me I look like I'm taking meth. Yeah. A couple other people said that, including Ganoush and, a bunch of people just tell me that I am a meth head, right? Yeah. And he says, and then I said, oh, how do you know the symptoms or something like that? How do you know? Got it from internet. Your symptoms perfectly match meth users. My symptoms perfectly match meth users. What, not liking you, being angry, typing real fast, am I having a psychotic breakdown, or am I just abusing drugs, right? Or, maybe he acts like that if he takes some drugs. That's how he behaves, That's the first thing I thought. Like, did I really think he's gonna sit there? Well, look what's happening in Wilcox. Well, let me Google that, and it's meth. Would that even come up? Erratic behavior, homelessness, hunger, thirst, right? Honesty, yeah, that's meth. And I was sleeping actually every night, and I was trying to eat healthy, so I don't know how that could be meth. But as soon as he said that, it was just so obvious. I'm not talking about mind reading and like having a certain sense. I was just like, really, like you're just gonna throw that out there, And I couldn't picture him with a pipe smoking a meth. But who knows what kind of meds he takes? Because Don over there told me. Actually, no, he told me himself that he wakes up. It was the summer of 2021. I was over there. He was depressed, and until 12 o'clock, he had these fitting angry rages. Maybe a sedative would be nice there, Stashu, huh? Oh, here it is. Adam is okay, I guess. You can sneak into our house if you want. Oh, because I said, wait, did I say I was going to sneak into his house? I'm going to sneak up on your tool shed and take some firewood. Just kidding. How is Adam? Can't find him on Facebook. Yeah, he was the whole pictures about him and his firewood, The whole family, like a whole, whole Gurlitsa, the whole Polska would come over there and just help him not chop his firewood, but distribute it as a little shopka. This little, garage slash firewood place. What would you call it? Firewood enclosure place, whatever. He would stack all his little firewood, and we would help him. And only one person could do it really well. really better. Stasha Skorupa. Robert Skorupa, his son came one time, he was just high as fuck. He was high as hell, it was hilarious. I just saw him just like weird like that. It's funny because Robush over there would get antsy pantsy if you told him about smoking weed, but a couple of times he just, come on in, smoke it, right? And some other people were there, the Gurskis, it's from my cousin Agnieszka, and they just, came from their friend's house and stuff. It was like 9, 10 o'clock, and they just came to hang out, you know. And yeah, I remember that day. It was like, I think that's the first year I started working in MTech, 2016, you know. And I looked at them. I was just like, all right, and we're just finishing up, you know. It was just weird. And then like, that day I think like Martha's group, I had like she just got very agitated, like a psychotic breakdown and stuff, you know. Not a breakdown, but she was just frantic and stuff. It was like 2, 3 p.m. I'm like, all right, well, let's have a chain to put these, firewood underneath the little garage they have. But it wasn't that really serious. I mean, it's gonna take a couple hours, you know. There's a lot. We have to walk. We could just do this. She was like, come on. Even my dad started chiming in. Yeah, who's the real psycho, huh? Who's the psychotic one? Who has anger issues? Who's creepy? Yeah, who has drug problems? Who's lazy? Who never helped you at your house, Stan? You know? And I'm not gonna get into that petty stuff. Like, I don't want to talk to the coward. I really don't. They're like, you never helped me. Like, who is that? Stop it. Stop it. Shut up, Stan. Stop. It's so ridiculous. I mean, I couldn't believe he said that. It's like, why would you even care? Why would you care to say that? No class, no decency whatsoever. None. But, if you would see him, at least, I don't know how, he comes out to other people, but you could just see it right away sometimes, And I heard stories, I don't know if Luke told me or stuff, there was some indecency happening in his job. I know how he is when he sits around has a couple, and even when he's sober. Ugh. His zipper open and stuff. What came in the bathroom when he's playing cards and stuff, and he just really tries to get $10 from you or something. I mean, talk about a villager, right? But you don't have to be from a small town to be like that. It's really not like that, He could have been born into a hierarchy, wealthy family, still probably would have been like that. Eat shit, not burgers. Odpierdoliło ci mocno? Potężny jest przez Z. Because I corrected his spelling, and I'm pretty sure it's somebody else. I don't know if Agatka or Adana was typing that. I don't even care. Oh, they say you were an idiot. It's my favorite. You're an idiot. Don't want to talk to you anymore. Don't want to talk to you anymore. I just started typing a lot of stuff. What does FY mean? Does it mean fuck you? FY, remove the video. Wow, that was April 5th. Oh, okay, that was not too long ago. Yeah, they wanted me to remove some video from my Lucas79 channel. Nope. Channel's gone, but not gonna do it. Call and text me. Come over house, let's have a conversation. And then he started texting me. It was a while ago. Why don't you come over house? We'll talk about it. Okay, why am I? Oh, I showed pictures of Robush over there. Yeah, he looks a bit stressed. A little stressed right there, A lot on his mind. Yeah, that's how it was in Brooklyn. I don't like that. Couldn't get a haircut. Even my beard was growing out. I mentioned I shaved it. I went to a motel. I was like, finally, It was horrible, bro. Couldn't even, afford a shower. But I guess I looked like I was on meth, right? Still more mentally able than most of you people, even though I look like I'm on drugs. Some of you probably should be on.